Here's some help on how to play the song Aliens. Here's the first chord, capo at 4 for tonight anyway. Hopefully that's okay for a woman's voice or a female voice or female register. String 3 fret 2, string 5 fret 4, fingers 1 and 3. So fingers 2 and 4 aren't used. Chord sounds like this when I play through slowly. It could be broken down as follows. You could name it as an A major chord with an E bass, so that's a second inversion A major, an added D, which is an added fourth, an added ninth. So there you go. If you want to name it, that will be it. A9 or A add 9 rather, over E add 4, but it's actually there. As Owen would used to call it, that chord, and that's the one. Strum along is a good way of learning the song. Just learn the words perfectly. Abducted in the small hours, out walking on the moors, woke up in a red tube, an endless corridor. So on the door of corridor, we leave the third finger on, string 5 fret 4, and now we add the middle finger or second finger onto string 6 fret 3. So again, it's a 2-finger chord. So we've got another clash here. It's basically a D5 there. Sorry, G5. So what you do there is you leave the second finger on, put the fourth finger down on string 5 fret 5 there, and don't play strings 1 or 2. Although you could, so it's up to you. When I play live, I will keep changing it. If I want a full sound, I'll start playing the E and the B strings. The vocal, the voice adds in the third of the chord. So here we have a G and a D, another G, sorry, D and a G. But I sing oh, corridor, corridor, which is B there. That's the third in the chord, which is a fun thing to do. It's very satisfying to remove a note from the chord, especially the third or the seventh, but the third especially, most especially, and sing it rather than play it. So we have G, D, D, G, and B, do. Sometimes I echo that little phrase. So. Back to the first chord. Floor of deepest crimson, suddenly sloping down, or suddenly sloping down. I haven't warmed up, so my voice is not really there. Sliding and careening to a constant pounding. Now we've got a B flat 6 chord. Sound. And how to play a B flat 6. String 5 fret 1. String 4 fret 3, string 3 open, little finger down on string 2 fret 3. I do harmonise the melody, the vocal line, but I'll leave that out for a minute. I mean, I'll show you how I do it, but I won't explain it. Endless sliding and careening to constant pounding sound. I've been injected, but basically you can just keep strumming the B flat 6, and then halfway through, after 2 strums on strum 3, constant pounding sound. Now add in the first string, and I've been in, and then on to D. Injected. If you are a complete beginner and you want to know how to play a D, string 3 fret 2. String 1 fret 2, fingers 1 and 2, and then in between them, string 2, fret 3, there. And you play an open 4th string. I'll call it a D, calling all the notes by their names if the capo were not there. So back to floor of deepest crimson, suddenly sloping down, sliding and careening to a constant pounding sound. I've been injected. Almost always I play, instead of just a D, I start with the D sus4. So the D fingering is the same. The 4th finger, the little finger, goes on string 1, fret 3, to add in the suspended note, G there, and then lift the little finger off so that the G falls and resolves on an F sharp, so falls to the D, the F sharp, from G to F sharp. Back a bit. Floor of deepest crimson, suddenly sloping down, sliding and careening to a constant pounding sound. I've been in D sus4, injected. No more chords, it's just a case of learning to know which syllable comes with which strum. I'm strumming 1 per beat. Miles and miles of tunnels never seems to end. Fast approaching danger is waiting round the bend. Same chords as before, the G with a sharpened 4th. I didn't explain it last time that way, but that's basically what it is. G, and the C sharp is an augmented 4th above the G. All the words, sorry. Miles and miles of tunnels never seems to end. Fast approaching danger, waiting round the bend. Same thing as before. The little finger goes down on string 5, fret 5. What's the words again? What is it? Miles and miles of tunnels never seem bend, waiting round the bend. Back to the first chord, the A with lots of extra notes in it. Now the tunnel lights are strobing, universe outside, vermilion excursion, interstellar, B flat 6 again, ride, D sus4. Probably 3 times generally I play, and then D. So lift the little finger off, D sus4, D. Right hand, it's entirely up to you where you strum. I want it to be mellow. It feels more mysterious to me at the moment. Feels like it's more, sounds more like the beating of a heart, you know, the constant pounding, rather than, no, need that at some other point, like at the beginning. There's quite a lot of that I will do. If I want to add in some sparkle and some brittle feel, I will put some treble in by going very close to the bridge. Just depends how I feel. But I like the miles and miles, miles and miles of tunnels never seems to end. Fast approaching danger is waiting round the bend. So that might be another version I play. Now the tunnel lights are strobing. Just a little hint at heartbeats. Universe outside, vermilion excursion, interstellar ride. Chorus. G, G5 in fact, string 6 fret 3, middle finger or second finger to produce a G. Third finger on string 2, fret 3, so you have 2 fingers both at fret 3 on string 6 and string 2 respectively. And if you continue to strum, we'll end up with an added second there, which is a great chord. I'm in a bloodstream. Now, here we go. I'm in a bloodstream on. I'm is G. In, leave the second finger on. I'll give you an alternative to this in a second. And then do bar 8 with your first finger. So put the first finger tip on string 4 fret 2, then flatten the finger to cover strings 3 and 2 as well, to produce a triad of A major, second inversion, E, A, C sharp. The G in the bass continues. This chord is normally written as A/G or A over G. So the chord over a bass note, which is not the root of the chord. The root is the A there. Here is an A with a root in the bass, A over A, which is written as A. But if the bass line isn't an A, it's usually, for guitar players, it's normally written after the slash. A over G. So I'm in a bloodstream. What I'm doing there as a habit is, did you hear how the A's gone? It wasn't, which is really nice. It was. So I'm leaning my middle finger down so that it's touching the A string. So when I strum through quickly, you don't hear. Go quickly enough and you just hear the open strings, or the sounded strings that we want. Same for the A over G. I'm keeping that finger pretty flat, so the A is that. When you're finger picking, this is not an issue, because we're not playing the A string anyway, so it doesn't matter what you do. I'm in a bloodstream. I'll continue with the strumming. I'm in a bloodstream, and I'll never get a better view. This is going to be a bit weird strummed, but you play and string 2 fret 1. Everything else is an open string, no open first string. And I'll never leave the second finger on where it is, put the first finger down on string 6 fret 1, and I'll never get at this point, I usually just play a bass note for better view. The better is just an F sharp in the bass. So I'll go back a bit. I'm in a bloodstream, or I'm in a bloodstream, and I'll never get a better. So it's just a single note. But if you want to make it bigger, you have 2 choices. And I'll never get a better. Several people have said they prefer to have a D7 there. I'm not going to show you that because I don't prefer to have it there. I like a sharp 9, and which is this. It's far more dissonant, and I like it. This is a D7 sharp 9 implied. There's not many notes here, so. But here's a D7 sharp 9. So it's almost the same. Or am I making all this up as a nonsense? No, that is right. Yeah. Going to go back again, just to be sure. Back to the G5. I'm in a bloodstream, and I'll never get a better. See, I like that. Great. But, I might strum the whole thing next time I play it. View. Next bit on view, and I'll never get a better view. It's back to the G5 again. those fingers out of the way, so hopefully you can see there. Better view. And then the next chord, it's an F add 9 over A. So it's a first inversion F with an added G, with an added ninth. So avoiding the finger picking once again. And I'll never get a better view. At the moment, I have decided to play on the G, the open E string as well, then 5 strings, and then the F add 9 over A, missing out string 1. So I like that little tune. And then I play the A string on its own. It's up to you. I like that one. The overall feel is of a wave, so in 6/8. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm in the bloodstream, and I'll never get. This is a 5, and I'll never get a better. Then back to the 6. View, fluming through a system. No more chords yet. Just repeat the previous ones. G5, A over G. Fluming through a system. And heading for the power. And on room, we're back to the A add 9. Plus D, plus a 4th. There are no more chords. So once you've learnt, quick recap. A add 9 over E, A add 9 add D over E, G add sharp 4, G5, B flat 6, obviously rewind so you can see that, work these things out, but I'll tell you again anyway. String 5, B flat 6 is string 5 fret 1, string 4 fret 3, and string 2 fret 3. No 6th string, otherwise you end up with this very dissonant chord. Beautiful, but not suitable, not in this song, just not needed, unless I wanted to. Thought actually. You can soften dissonances by moving away from them quickly. So if we start with the B flat 6, I'm going off the point, but I just thought you'd be interested in this. What might be? Here's the B flat 6. If I put the E in the bass, so we've got a diminished 5th here. If you raise the dissonant note by a semitone, end up with temporarily, very briefly, we end up with, which is a B flat 6 chord with an F of a note of the chord in the bass. So that's one way if you don't like hanging around on that incredibly strong dissonance. Then that's how to do it. Get off quickly. I haven't mentioned rhythm too much in the song. It's a straight 4 most of the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, until we get to the chorus. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1 before it. The lead up is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3. So you take the original beat, count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and what we're doing is we're splitting each beat, we're subdividing it into quavers, into half a beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and we're taking that as the new pulse from which we get the threes. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I complicate things just a little bit, because what I'm doing is I'm strumming 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. But I'm strumming 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I take the 1, 2, 3, each 3, I'm subdividing it into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm splitting it not into 3 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 1, but into 2 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm putting the accents there and there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this phenomenon is called phenomenon. Yeah, that's right, phenomenon. Phenomena. This phenomenon is called cross rhythm. But you can avoid it for now. I'll do a longer session on working on that cross rhythm. That particular one is really, really common and popular, and for good reason. Those subdivisions can be carried through from a longer, slower series of pulses, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So you can start subdividing that. So you have these wonderful tiers of rhythms that all fit within 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is steering us towards flamenco in a way. But I'm not a flamenco player. I know very little about it. But anyway, what I don't know could fill up a lot of space. There aren't any more chords in it. So that's it really. So I'll finish by playing the thing for you. And you'll notice that there's no consistency in the way I play it. If you watch me live, it does change a little bit each time. It'll alternate and oscillate between various different versions. So I sometimes will do quite a bit of strumming for drama, and I will then start to emphasise just the dissonance. If I had a synth going, then keeping that running, then I wouldn't need to keep on doing that, which would be a better way of doing it. But I imply it. So here goes. So here's, I would do, for example, do I prefer a backward one? Probably, yeah. Then. So what I do, as I say, sometimes, quite often, I will not play the chord other than at the beginning. I just pick out the most dissonant part. Abducted. So I'm just playing strings 5 and 4 over and over, either with 2 fingers or a thumb and a finger. Abducted in the small hours. Now sometimes I want them to stay in, as I say, because I'd love them to be sustained, but they're not. So I might play abducted in the small house, out walking on the moors, woke up in a red tube. But basically I want to keep going in the mind. An endless corridor. Start finger picking at this point. Floor of deepest crimson. But I'll talk far more about that another time. But it's basically thumb, finger, thumb, finger. So the thumb plays 2 beats and the finger's playing. But I'll tell you more about that another time because there's a lot to say about it. Floor of deepest crimson, suddenly sloping down, sliding and careening to a constant pounding sound. Been injected. Miles and miles of tunnels, never seems to end. Fast approaching danger is waiting round the bend. Now the tunnel lights are strobing, universe outside, vermilion excursion, interstellar ride. I'm in a bloodstream, and I'll never get a better view. Fluming through a system and heading for the power room. Smothered by the white suits, I shrink down even more, merge with a sidewall, fetch up on an alien shore. Arrive at the back door of a factory, unlocked, climb up and look out. What do I see? What do I see? I see aliens in your bloodstream, and I'll never get a better view. Flooming through a system and heading for the power room. Reaching the barrier, your thoughts are very loud. They're echoing around me, and you're playing to crowd. I touch the first rejected, I brush those walls aside. Now I'm your psychosis, join me on the ride. With the aliens in your bloodstream, and I'll never get a better view of the aliens in your bloodstream, and I watch them from the power room. Aliens, 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 aliens. More explanation of the end another time when I change it into 5 again, but you don't have to. Hope that gives you a lot of clues into how to play the song. Do message me about individual bits, and perhaps if I just finish by one more time going through the chords. So A add 9 plus 4 over E, G with a sharpened 4th, G4, G5, not G4, G5. It's a power chord basically. B flat 6, D sus4 and D. Chorus G5, A over G, and as you keep hearing me play, I tend to play a G as well. I just take the bar A off and leave the second finger on. Bar A back on, A over G. I didn't name that chord, did I? It's basically an E. It's an E. Sorry, it's a C add 9 with an E in the bass, so it's first inversion C. But we have this move because it's 4th here that's floating around, and that one as well, and that one. So it's a whole bunch of 4ths. That is F6 add 9, yeah. The D7 sharp 9, or just an F sharp note, and finally back to the G with an F add F9. ninth is a G there. And if you want to put the E in, feel free. There you go. I hope that helps. No doubt this is not the end of the story. Need to talk about the finger picking and cover any questions that anybody's got as well. Hope you enjoyed that. And this is an experiment. Let me just go out of camera shot for a second. And let me turn the white light off completely. Yeah, it does help, doesn't it? Let's just turn on the yellow as well. Let's see what happens there. So we've got quite a bit of yellow in there. Now I'll turn up the white. Let's go back down and have another look. Well, it works well. God, it's pretty much like that now, isn't it? But it's, by gum, is it? That's a blinding light. Let me just turn that down a lot. Let's try that. Yeah, okay, well, I've never experimented with lighting before, so it certainly makes a difference. Well, lots of love to you. I'm not going to edit this. It's just going straight up onto YouTube as is. But the reason I've done it this way is that I can flip it using the camera, using the iPhone. Whereas next week, when everything's working properly and I can see what I'm doing on the monitor, I use the laptop as a monitor. So that will be great. One step less